I was discriminated against my entire life because of my golden child sister. From the moment Jessica could walk, she was perfect. That's what everyone said anyway. Perfect blonde curls while mine were mousy brown and always tangled. Perfect grades while I struggled with dyslexia that went undiagnosed for years. Perfect smile that lit up every room, while I was the awkward kid hiding behind mom's legs at family gatherings. The signs started early. When I was 7 and Jessica was 5, we both broke something valuable at the same family barbecue. I accidentally knocked over grandma's antique vase while reaching for a juice box. Jessica deliberately threw her cousin's toy truck at the sliding glass door, leaving a spider web of cracks. I got lectured for 20 minutes about being more careful and had my allowance docked for a month. Jessica got a gentle reminder to use her inside voice and was handed a cookie. School conferences were the worst. Mom would come home from Jessica's meetings glowing, armed with glowing reports about her advanced reading level and natural leadership qualities. My conferences were different. Sarah needs to focus more. Sarah's handwriting needs improvement. Sarah seems distracted. What they didn't know was that the letters kept switching places on the page, but nobody thought to test for learning disabilities back then. They just assumed I wasn't trying hard enough. By middle school, the pattern was set in stone. Jessica made varsity cheerleading as an 8th grader. I made JV cross country, but nobody came to my meets because they conflicted with Jessica's competitions. Jessica got her own car for her 16th birthday, a cherry red Honda Civic with a bow on top. I got Jessica's old bike when she decided she didn't need it anymore. The college application process was brutal. Jessica applied to Ivy League schools with her 4.0 GPA and perfect SAT scores. I applied to state schools with my 3.2 GPA and decent but not spectacular test scores. Dad co-signed Jessica's student loans without hesitation, talking excitedly about her bright future. When I asked for help with my smaller loans, he hemmed and hawed about financial responsibility and suggested community college first. We've already stretched ourselves thin helping Jessica, Mom explained. Maybe you should consider a more affordable option. Jessica went to Yale. I went to the local state university and worked 2 part-time jobs to cover what my financial aid didn't. Even our career choices were treated differently. Jessica became a lawyer, following Dad's footsteps. Everyone acted like she'd cured cancer. I became a social worker and the response was always, "Oh, that's nice, dear." Very noble, like I'd chosen charity work instead of a real career. The worst part was watching how it affected our relationship. Jessica wasn't malicious. She was just oblivious to the disparity. She genuinely didn't understand why I seemed distant at family gatherings, or why I rarely called home. To her, she was just living her life. She had no idea that Mom still called her twice a week, but only remembered my birthday half the time. The breaking point came at Jessica's engagement party 3 years ago. The whole extended family was there, toasting her successful career and perfect fiancé and picture-perfect life. Great Aunt Helen pulled me aside and said, "It's so wonderful that Jessica turned out so well. Your parents must be so proud. And you're doing fine too, of course." Fine. Not successful, not accomplished, not proud. Fine. That same night, Dad gave a speech about how Jessica had always been destined for greatness, how she'd never caused them a moment's worry, how she was everything parents could hope for in a daughter. He mentioned me once as Jessica's supportive sister. I left early and didn't speak to my parents for 6 months. The funny thing is, I'm actually happy with my life now. I love my job helping families navigate the foster care system. I have a great husband who sees my worth, even if my family never did. I own a house, have good friends, and feel fulfilled by the work I do. But it took years of therapy to realize that the problem wasn't me. I wasn't less valuable because I wasn't the golden child. I wasn't a failure because I didn't shine as brightly as Jessica in my parents' eyes. Jessica and I talk occasionally now, mostly about surface-level things. She still doesn't really understand what growing up in her shadow was like. How could she? She was the sun everyone else orbited around. Sometimes the most successful thing you can do is build a life where you're nobody's second choice.